Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cole. I'm back for my 3-month on testosterone update. As I did say, it's about 5 days later. So I'm here, I'm back, and I'm now 3 months on testosterone and 2 days, actually 3 months and 2 days, but same difference, right? So, 3 months. There's a lot of changes that I've experienced so far. Lots of exciting changes. My voice has dropped a little bit again. Don't know if you can tell, but I can just sort of feel it more, I guess. I don't really know. But it's awesome. So yeah, it does crack quite a lot. There are times when it's an extremely loud crack and people look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? But hey, it's cool. You know, you just carry on with it, so it's all good. So, changes. What have I experienced other than my voice, of course? My excessive sleeping that I experienced in the 2 months that has passed. I do find it easier to sort of fall asleep now, but it's not, it's not like as much of a, I need to sleep. You know, I have to have a daily nap. That's passed, which is awesome because now I can actually do stuff with my day more so. My emotions actually have hit me like a lot in a good way, as in emotional changes. I wasn't expecting as many emotional changes this quickly and this early into my transition. But yeah, so my emotions are changing a lot right now, and it's awesome because, you know, I just feel like I'm reacting in a more masculine way, I guess. Once again, as I always say, you know, talking about what's masculine, what's feminine, that's a whole nother, you know, debate and conversation. So if you ever want me to talk about it, then, you know, just let me know. But as I say, yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like I'm acting in a more, like my reactions, as I say, to situations are more sort of stereotypically masculine. So for example, say before I was put in a situation where I'd be worrying about something, or I'd overthink, or I'd just sit there and just let it stew in my head, and I'd just, you know, just either feel down about it or feel a certain way. Now it's just like, okay, literally, like there's no other way of saying it. Like, you know, I'm just like, okay, I've digested that information, I understand what's going on, but I'm not really too fussed. And not to say that I don't care about anything anymore, but it's just nice to not have that overthinking sort of just thing going through my head all the time, and then, you know, getting to a stage where I feel a certain way about it and there's nothing I can do about it because all I am doing is just feeling like shit about it, or worrying about it, or feeling upset, whatever. It's just this has happened, okay, cool, let's carry on with whatever we were doing beforehand, and it's great. Also, I can basically not cry, there's barely anything that will make me cry now. I used to watch, like, say if I found a video on Facebook or something that was, you know, meant to be a bit of a tearjerker, now I watch it and I'm like, oh, that's nice, that's sweet, and then move on. Like, it's great. And one of the reasons why I say it's great is because I've never been one to really like crying. Like, I don't like that emotion much, or that reaction, more to the case, I guess, yeah. Like, for example, before when I got angry, I would cry, and for me, crying in front of people that I didn't know very well, like if I was angry in front of, as I say, if I was angry in a public place and I started crying, then brilliant, you know, I feel like I'm making a fool of myself and I'm angry, which is just making it worse. So it was just a vicious cycle of crying and being angry, and it was just awful. It was just a train wreck. So now it's nothing like that. So recently in work, not going to go into the ins and outs of it because it's not that interesting to you guys, but basically a situation happened where usually I would get pissed off and then think about it and be like annoyed about it for a good maybe week or a few days or so. But when it happened, I got very angry, like more angry than I used to, but I could still contain it. I was just like fuming, and then within 10 minutes I was over it and I was talking to the person as if nothing had happened. I was just like, yeah, whatever, like, I'm done. And now I finally understand more when cis males say, like, you know, they were angry at that person, they had a fight with them, and then they're friends again. I've never understood that before, and not to say I had a fight with that guy, but it's just, I get the switch of, alright, I'm over it now. So it's awesome. So that's probably, the most on emotions, but it is hitting really hard. The changes literally, they felt like they were overnight almost. So that was incredible. Also, facial hair update, so I'm getting like a little bit of sort of bum fluff here, which is great. My moustache is coming in a lot stronger, so soon I'm gonna see if, I don't know, I can be either taught how to shave or get my barber to shape it up, whatever works best. He also shaped up my sideburns, and they're longer than I remember, so that's coming in. which is great. Yeah, I think there's nothing between the two though, like at all. I'm getting a little bit of a soul patch coming in. It's just like darker hairs, and just hair in general. Once again, as always, there's like more on the back of my arms, like a lot more. There's just a fine layer all over as standard. So it's just growing in longer and thicker basically, which is great. Appetite is exactly the same. Just keep eating, and it's not so intense anymore, but I do still eat a lot. Sex drive is also the same. It's sort of like balanced out now, which is nice. It's not increasing anymore. It's just the same, and I'm kind of getting used to it. And it's not like before. I was kind of worried about it, as I say, about how I wanted to think of things other than sex, and that's not an issue now. Like, you know, I don't sit and think about it all the time, but it's just manageable. It's fine. Fat redistribution is happening, which I didn't expect once again this early, but it's happening, and it's great and bad in some ways and other ways. So most cis women of colour carry their like predominant sort of fat reserves, I guess, on their legs and their bums. So I was carrying it there, and that's changing, which is awesome. So my legs are looking more masculine, but then it's going to where men mostly carry their weight, which is on my stomach. So yeah, good and bad in some ways. It's happening, which is great, but that just means I have to step it up and change up my diet a bit more to, you know, make sure that that doesn't get to a stage where I'm not comfortable with it, etc. Whatever, I don't know. My feet are kind of growing, I think. The shoes that I used to wear like all the time are now getting really tight on me. So maybe they're just getting thicker rather than like longer yet. I don't know. But yes, my feet are changing shape, size, which is awesome. I've also found that I'm craving male companionship more, which I wasn't really expecting, I guess, because, you know, before I was, you know, understandably I was kind of not worried, just like kind of just yeah, anxious, a bit nervous about stepping into the world of being in and around men, around men all the time, and yeah, just sort of understanding how their social cues work and how they are socially just in groups and whatnot. And that was kind of daunting for me, because obviously you've grown up in a world surrounded by women, and you know how it works, and you know the rules and the ins and outs and all of that. Not knowing that about men, yeah, it was just daunting, as I say. But now that I've like got to this stage in my transition, which is only 3 months, it's really early, but yeah, now I've got to this stage, I do crave it. I do crave being around other guys and just like, yeah, just vibing with that and just going with that, and I feel like I understand them more, and I'm guessing that's down to the emotional changes. I couldn't say, but it feels like it, so that's another difference as well. My face is changing shape as well. It's becoming more and more square, which, yeah, it's kind of making my head look a bit smaller, which I'm not sure about, because, you know, if I'm going to grow, then I don't want a little pea head on top, so hopefully that will like fill out somehow. Speaking of which, my cheeks are like my face is going through like a sort of, it goes through like fat and like thin like stages, which I knew to expect, but it is kind of annoying when I go out looking like I've just been like slapped in the face repeatedly and I'm kind of like all swollen and weird, and other days it just kind of cuts back to how it used to be. So I don't know what kind of day, there's a mirror there by the way, I don't know what kind of day I'm having today. I don't know, it's kind of a mixture between the two, a little bit puffy, but whatever. A lot of people are saying that I'm bigger as well, body wise. I'm kind of seeing it, kind of not, like, not to the extent that they're saying, because, you know, they're saying like, whoa, this is a huge difference, and I put on my t-shirts and they fit relatively the same, but there are increases in strength, which is awesome, so I'm just looking to step that up, as I say. And I'd say that's pretty much all that there is when it comes to my 3 months on testosterone changes. Yeah, so far so good. I'm loving every minute of it, and it's just, yeah, as I say, the best decision I've made to medically transition in my life so far. So yeah, hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll be making another video very soon, so stay tuned, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.